Get smarter using Cooper. You're listening to the Mini Coop podcast, NPR, Planet Money, How to Get Trillions to Millions. Summary. In the face of the coronavirus pandemic, the United States government passed the $2.2 trillion CARES Act in March. State unemployment offices and small banks work as the middleman between Americans and the money that they need. But millions of people, as well as small businesses, still haven't received any help. Mini Coop's objective: to better understand why millions of Americans are still waiting for government aid. It's an unprecedented and overwhelming time in the United States. Millions of Americans are still waiting for their unemployment checks or small business loans to come through. Much of this wait time is due to small banks and state-run unemployment offices that are understaffed and overwhelmed with the amount of applications flooding in daily. Many Americans spend hours on hold with their state's unemployment offices, only to be cut off after 4 hours or hung up on once their call goes through. Email doesn't seem to work any better, as most messages go unanswered. Indiana's unemployment office in particular cites understaffing as the reason for why so many are still waiting on aid. Before the pandemic, most unemployment offices were already understaffed. When millions of Americans began filing for unemployment all at once, these offices quickly became even more overwhelmed. The last time unemployment peaked in the United States was during the Great Recession of 2008. The current numbers blow the recession out of the water. In Indiana, over 140,000 people applied for unemployment aid in 1 week, whereas during the Great Recession, it was 30,000. Calls from hundreds of thousands of people daily has led to additional problems. Smaller offices' phone lines simply can't handle the number of calls they're receiving per second, and many cell phone plans don't support hold times that last more than 4 hours, which can be the average wait time. Despite setbacks, unemployment offices are working around the clock in order to make sure that people are getting aid as soon as possible. However, for many, as soon as possible can't come soon enough. Small banks can't catch a break either. A portion of the CARES Act funding goes towards Payment Protection Program loans, PPP, for small businesses. Loans that are forgivable if the business uses the majority of the money to pay employees. About 1/3 of all PPP loans are being used by small banks that are used to issuing loans, but not to the degree of what is being demanded in the face of the pandemic. And, like many unemployment offices, these banks are severely understaffed. The number of people filing for loans at the same time has backed up the National Small Business Loan Online system. Some banks are working around this by filing in the middle of the night, which means that some employees are forced to work odd hours. For example, 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. is one of the only time frames in which the system isn't bogged down. A bogged-down system isn't the only problem. There just isn't enough staff to review and process the applications. Several small bank employees have had to work extra hours, although most of these employees don't seem to mind working odd hours, as they know they are helping American families in need. In the coming weeks, more and more people should receive their aid, thanks to hardworking employees who have stepped up to the plate. To conclude, understaffed unemployment offices and small banks have led to delays in the delivery of CARES Act funds. Want to find out more? Listen to the whole podcast with a link at the end of the written coop. And see you soon on Cooper.